tonight I'm going to paint some Geller pox infected. So we are going to have here the camera. Change a little bit the position. I tried a different new position for the camera. I think the angle is going to be slightly better than other times. Let me know what do you think. But we are going to paint some Geller pox. So first of all, let me just connect my phone as usual. I will put my phone on so I can also follow in the phone the video, check that everything is working correctly. We are going to paint maybe 1 hour, 40 minutes. It's quite late, and yeah, and it's uh, we have finished later than other time than other days because we were watching a film, and of course, then everything goes a little bit later. So let me just see if I can find my video. Here it is. It's appearing here, just straightforward. So let me see if this is moving. Let me check. Okay, seems that it's okay. I have it here. I will put it next to me as well. And let's go. Let me just now change the camera. We are going to go to the desk. Okay, no, this is okay. I don't want to change that. I want to go to Logic Capture. And I hope you can see this nicely. So let me know what do you think, and let's have a chat, talk, and let's paint at the same time. So it's a little bit of everything. Um, I hope I don't hit the camera too many times because it's a little bit in the middle, but should be easier for you to see, know what I'm doing, and I expect that you will see better my paint job. So here you have. So I'm just painting these guys. Okay, so you can see here another one. This is what what I'm going to do. You can see I'm going to I did a tutorial for the next weekly painting on how to do this skin. So you will see this on Monday, how I have done this skin here. I hope you like what you see. It has this type of glow that is a little bit slangy, right? Looks like the Demonet's glow. I realize that there is a little bit of rub off here. I will just apply this. Okay, and then I realize that I have this in the wrong position maybe. So, but yeah, it's so let me see, because if it's maybe need to move the camera a little bit up like that. When I go here, it's going to be good. Okay, I hope this is better. So let me know in your comments what do you think, if it is better or not. And yeah, and I think we should have improved versus other weeks. So the other thing I can do is zoom in a little bit more, but I want to be sure. I will leave it like that, and then you can give me the comments. So this is how I do all these rust. Okay, so I have applied orange rust in some places. I have applied the bluish rust on the copper because I have combined the two colors. Okay, you can see different intensity, and then what I like to do to tighten up all these, I will apply a wash of agate earthshade over all the metallics. So I take this one and we just apply. Okay, and you will see that everything tightens up quite nicely. Okay, and I was waiting to that to have as well the clothes painted because I will do the wash. I will avoid the skin because the skin I like it to have this pinkish purplish skin on these guys. Okay, I play with the skins. Now I will show you as well some of the finished miniatures that they already have from this warband. I'm just painting this. They can be used as well in Warhammer 40,000. I don't think they are very good in Warhammer 40,000, but okay, let's see if in the future they will put rules for them in Kill Team. Not right now, okay? They are not in the compendium. I think it's a miss opportunity, but okay. I don't know if they will release a box in the future, but yeah, what they will do with the people that already have the miniatures if you release a box. So I expect that they also put rules. You can see that this agriculture shade works very well. The base color that wasn't this type of jacket was Beyblade brown. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, like that. We do it. You can see. And now I will apply as well where we have this type of veins. Like it's like a tumor or it's a cancerous thing. Okay, it's normal, so it's not pleasant at all. We'll do the hook. This is what I do when it's pulling too much. Hi, hi, Badger Nun. Yeah, I still need to try your albino Oruk tutorial. Just needed to assemble the medium models. I hope you like it. I hope it's working for you. I really like it. I assembled them all. So normally, no, when I buy one of these boxes, I like to assemble them. Okay, but I still have as well some boxes to be assembled. But yeah, I'm thinking. No, I want to. What will be next? Because I have paint. I'm painting these ones that they were. Yeah, this was from Kill Team 1.0 and was something that I have pending to be painted for a while, and I just wanted them to be painted. Okay, maybe it's about what 3 years later or something like that. But yeah, and but next, well, I have there a queue. Next, I will finalize season 3 of Warhammer Underworlds. I have to do the Idoneth, the Wraith Creepers, the ones that are and then there is the Condemned also, that are the Stonecat Eternals with the big bows. And I'm curious to see what they will release in season 5. In season 4, so no, season 5 is the next one. So curious to see what will be the name and what they will release in season 5. But then maybe I will paint something of Horus Heresy. Yeah, I will paint some Terminators of the First Legion. Okay, of the Dark Angels, and then I will paint one Dreadnought with the Thousand Sons, Heresy Thousand Sons color in the red. I have the two boxes that they released, the Trial of Calth and Prospero Borns, and my intention is to paint in two colors, in the same two legions, the boxes. So one will be First Legion, and the other, and the bad guys will be, I will paint them like the Thousand Sons. And of course, we are going to have the Space Wolf guy, that I will paint it as a Space Wolf. Okay, but I just decided that I wanted to do a little bit something different there. So and then today I've been playing. I didn't paint too much because I'm playing the Hidden Bolt expedition on Blackstone Fortress. So I was supposed to play Warhammer 40,000, but my opponent at the end had called me that he had big migraine and he was not able to join for the game. Not a problem at all. Okay, so then I adapt myself and I play uh, Blackstone Fortress. That is a game that you can play solo. I'm enjoying a lot. I spent the full afternoon. I still need to do the final mission, that is the assault to the hidden vault. So I have done all the approximation route. That is quite long because you have to do 8 events before. Okay, and I had 4 combats. So normally it's when you do events, half are challenges and half are combats. And of these combats, normally there is 1 or 2 ambushes. Okay, so it's going to be a challenge because the last part looks quite tricky. But yeah, and then I will see if I continue with the Amble. I will not play yet Warhammer the Curse City because I did not paint the miniatures. So I want to play with painted miniatures. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the I think the Warhammer Underworlds, if you want to have a taste of a faction, is a great place to paint to be, because then you can have a taste of just painting some miniatures of another faction. So I'm really enjoying Warhammer Underworlds. Let's see if I can put my mic here because I'm not very comfortable. Yeah. Just one question. Do you see better what I'm painting or not? Or how do you see it on your video? So I'm just curious to see if this position of the camera is working or not. Okay. Let me know. Take the other one. I want to finalize this one tonight. Okay. So now I will need to do, I will do a second wash on this thing. I will use Wilt and Green now. Don't use your good brushes for washing. Want to go a little bit darker because then the color I want to apply. I want to go crazy on this quest. I really want to have this type of super bright lime acidic yellow thing. From time to time I like to give this type of liveful colors on the, because I paint them so. Then you can see I'm putting a little bit of green here as well. Okay. Now I'm going to do. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. So I'm glad that it's clear now. So let's paint this cloth. I like to paint the clothes of the Norgal in this type of the saturated greens and browns and earthy colors because I think they match more on the than the purples that they normally use for the. But I think this is just taste or direction that you want to take right at the end. Everyone have their own vision of Nargal. This is one of the things I like of the hobby of Warhammer, is that everyone can have their own interpretation of the different factions gods, miniatures, and I think is what makes Warhammer and the hobby in general, not just Warhammer, all these war games, very rich, very interesting. So today have is in pre-order the Stormcast Eternals and the new Orruk. Okay, I will of course Stormcast Eternals is one of my favorite armies. So it's a book that I will purchase for sure, and I would like to review in the future in this channel. And I want to go back to play. It's been for a while that I'm not playing Age of Sigmar. I want to start playing Age of Sigmar again. I start going again to tournaments. It's not that the tournaments is I'm a super competitive player. I'm not competitive, but I enjoy going to these events. My favorite Nurgle creature to paint so far, Mortarion. But if I talk about demons and generic creatures, I think I like a lot when I was painting. Yeah, I want to paint Nurglings. I Nurglings I paint them in second edition, and I really enjoy them because they were very funny. Okay, the Nurglings are really funny miniatures, and I like them in Mortarion. The different Nurglings that are around there, I love them. So I also enjoyed a lot painting the Blight Kings. I don't know. But yeah, if I have to choose, and then there is the meter that I'm more proud on Nurgle is in 40k. Is a Land Rider, a Chaos Land Rider that I converted into Nurgle, and this was done long time ago. But I really did. Is one of my, I think, most converted miniatures, or at least the ones that I put more a lot of effort to really show that it's a Nurgle thing, not just by painting. Okay, because there is not an Nurgle Land Raider. So for that one, I use the gates from the doors from Forge Wall, but then I add green stuff to make pustules and to make other type of Nurgle corruption around around the tank. Another one that one unit that I really like to paint, I enjoy it, was the Pox Walkers. I think they are funny. There are some that are really fun to paint, and there you can go a little bit crazy because at the end I was having in my thinking that they were just civilians, workers, any type of guy that was touched by Nurgle and then put as a zombie into the Legends of Typhus or Nurgle, right? And having this in your as idea. I really like to play with different dressings, different looks, and I think if you think like that, it's very enjoyable to paint the Pox Walkers. But then I know that it's a unit that on the field will die very fast, okay, or can die very fast, but at the end, maybe it's not compensated to dedicate too much time on painting them. But on the other side, I enjoy doing that, so I don't regret investing time on any miniature because I'm really happy how they look like at the end. I was happy that, and now I also paint the ones that were for Blackstone Fortress that they were just a rebox or boxing of an existing easy to build, right? Or expansion for the Pox Walker. So they were not in the box, but they were released later after the release of the 8th edition as expansion. No? So, but yeah, I like painting Nurgle from time to time. I think there are some very crazy scars, pustules, strange stuff on the skin, and it's a miniatures where you want to practice weathering, dirtiness, and you want to go a little bit. Is these miniatures that they work well. I just want to show you recently painted. I really like a lot as well this guy. I think this guy it's crazy. Okay, I know that you know that I did a tutorial on how to do this dirty clothes, to do this blood spots. This is like he was a butcher, right? Completely converted. You can see there is here a kidney, the back. Okay, I like also like to play with the glow paints and the glow and not the glow gloss paints and gloss varnishes to make the mouths to be like white. I think yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think it's maybe of the big guys my favorite. But I think these three big guys are quite interesting. Okay, this one is very crazy as well, with one arm that is mutated completely to a big fly. Then I did one eye in white and one eye in red, also to do all these gods falling. These models are from the Rock Trader, so these are the Geller Pox infected. Okay, so these are from the Rock Trader box, and I don't know if you can find them. Yeah, hi, hi, Maui. Thanks for joining. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But I think these guys are from this box, from the Rock Trader of Kill Team One. So this is the how the war one was looking like. So there was these three big guys. Okay, so these are the three big. Is a you can see these are the size of a zombie. This is the size of this guy. So these are ogre type size. Okay, so they are really nice miniatures. Then we have the fly swarms. Okay, that there are three different miniatures for them. These are the ones. Okay, again, I also these are quite fast paint jobs. I did not spend too much time on this guy on these flies. I just wanted to do this feathering green. This is a big fly. Okay, again, I like to use Norgal plot here. Now you can see it's full of worms, and then you have the swarm with the four big flies and the ones with that. So you have different sizes. This is the one I did a tutorial how to paint this type of swarms. Oh, sorry for that. And then yeah, there are miniatures I don't have paint. I did not paint them yet, but I'm looking forward to paint these little guys that are like I think they're called glitches. Okay, but they are in the reality they are like Norglings. Okay, and I like this one that is two Norglings together. Yeah, they are in white, so maybe the camera is not able to show them. So, but this is I like this Warman because you have a little bit of different sizes of Nurgle guys. The only and then the leader of the unit is this big guy, right? That is not painted. So this I'm thinking if I will do or not tutorial on this guy. It's half mechanic. These guys represents that yeah that the Geller field have failed and they were contaminated by Nurgle because the Nurgle just get into they were mixed with the yeah with the I don't know mutated together with the mechanical parts of the ship is like why these guys have this type of metallic head. You can see all of them have this. So there are three of them, and all of them have these metallic heads. So this is okay, and you have this one. So I played again with the different skin tones, and I use a lot. Um, let's call this contrast paints because I think they work very nicely. So I'm going to highlight now a little bit the green cloth. Okay. So we're going to apply here. And the good thing is that the other thing in Nurgle is that if you have like to work with washes and contrast paints, yeah, you can have quite a nice finishing because at the end you don't want to be super clean on the paint job, right? So you want to be precise, right? You don't want to mess up everywhere, so you don't want to overdo. But on the other side, you can go a little bit rougher than other miniatures. Okay. I always have see, okay, something like that is good. Now from the back. So I'm really enjoying painting these Geller box. They have profiles, as I said, for 40K. I don't think I will ever use them in 40K. For maybe some narrative games you can use them. Or if you want to have some fun, at the end it is like having very small units, right? Because they are all different units, all these creatures are different units. So you will have, and they allow just to be units of 3 or 4, because the box was like that. So they make them extremely cheap. And I think this one, the only thing I have doubts here what to do with the eyes, if I will put some glowing or not. I think I will add some like green glowing, right? Like if they have some type of mechanical type of thing there to make them look more demonic. So how to approach the glowing on these things? I will apply first mood green. Like that. You want to fill the whole space. And now I will wait at this device. Okay, and while this way always with 2 miniatures while this is drying, this is still wet inside. So this is the white is still the wet. So I'm thinking if I will need to buy another support soon. So I'm painting, I'm always with 2, 3, sometimes 4 miniatures at the same time. So in order to be able to change, but you can see I'm not doing really batch painting because I want each of them to have a different look. So let's play a little bit with the contrast here. I'm going to use Magus Purple to make the tentacles. And this type of appendixes that are getting out of his guts. You can see that this Magus purple, it's very transparent, okay? So you need to do or 2 layers, or later on we apply the Dutchy violet, the white, depending how dark or pinkish you want to go. So at the end, this is giving you a little bit of a pinkish finishing that I think it's good for this type of tentacles. The only thing is so transparent that if you have a mistake, it will go through, okay? As you can see, it's really, but okay, it does the work. Okay, like that. You can see the stitches have fall, so it means that this you can see I like the lot of detail here on this part of the miniature. There are the stitches holes on both sides, so it means that this was attached to his arm. Put there with the stitches. These guys are really weird and crazy. But this is what I like of chaos in general, and so and Norgal particular. So I start in this hobby, or I start painting chaos. This was my in second edition, 140,000. This was my starting army. Was chaos, and then the moment was chaos. There was not chaos space marines; they were chaos. Okay, so you had you had Beastman, you had cultists, you had, of course, all the chaos space marines inside, the demons, all was in one list. Later on third edition, they started splitting. Okay, and I guess it's because in that way you can expand the different views of the chaos. And I have not seen too many Beastmen in 40k since then, except in the Blackstone Fortress. That will be, I don't know, will be interesting maybe to see some Beastmen in. Well, we had seen the Zangors now. Yeah, I'm not sure if the other have make, because I have not seen. I don't think there is a Slangors. The Conco they will be called Congors. There are the Zangors. Then there is the. I don't think Norgel have. Okay, this guy have to be still to be roasted. You can see that the contest is very transparent. Hi XX, good evening. Thanks for joining. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the painting session. So thanks all of you that are joining, and thanks a lot for watching it. So tonight I'm a little bit with Norgal. I will not be able to stay very long because yeah, I started as well quite late. But I just wanted to share with you a little bit what I was doing. Try to a new position for the camera. I think now should be a little bit better than before. So I'm just chatting with you. So just a little bit update. I'm painting this, I was saying before, painting this Geller pox infected. And later on, I will go to Warhammer. I want to finalize the season 4 of Warhammer Underworlds. And I'm looking forward to see if they release these new dragons for the Stormcast Eternals, because I would like to paint at least one thing. I love the dragons. I love monsters in general. I like a lot, and this year I'm missing to paint a monster. So I guess before the year ends, I would like to paint a monster. I'm still hesitating if this monster will be these dragons or if I will purchase and paint Belacor, because I also like a lot of Belacor. Yeah, paint. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I like that you're also painting. And I always learn a lot and have fun watching your streams. Thanks a lot, Maui. I'm really happy that you learn and they are useful for you. All my streaming. So thanks as well, Essex. So I'm really glad to see that they are useful to you. So these things inside, when I have this type of like source, or let me see if maybe I can zoom a little bit more. I like to, let me see if I can zoom a little bit more. I think like that will be better. I think no, it's better. Let me go back to the stream. Yeah. So what I want to do here, I like to paint this as if it is fat, right? So I put sometimes yellow as a base. Okay, that can be, yeah, can be as well infection. I don't know who else, who knows. Only Daddy Norgal, Papa Norgal knows what is this, right? What is happening there. This one I will paint it, but I think in that when you have a dark skin, adding this yellow inside. By the way, the yellow I'm using is a Messy Desert, makes a very nice contrast. I like when you paint Norgal, one of the things I like is to spend time on the skin. And this one, here I will apply, don't be, you can apply some purple there. You also want to go, take a lighter purple on over the skin. Okay. Let's see if you can see better. And now we can use, this is a very big puzzle. So I can use some type of brown first, or I can use yellow directly. So let me just first do one thing. I will put a little bit of also purple, light purple on top. And now I will mix it with the Samesizer. Then you can add some bone color at the end. And here in this part, instead of yellow, I will use a bone color. So this is the bone. It looks like the bone. Then I will do it like that. One color I have here is a little bit too dry. Let's put some like that. Now I will take a pinkish color. I will need to turn my palette because I have the flesh colors on the other side. So here I have like a pink color mixed with the flesh, because then I can give this type of darker color in that case, because the skin is darker. You can give this sensation of hurting, damage. So you don't want to do all the pustules, all the sores on the same color, right? You want to play a little bit with your palette, the colors that you have. Around these ones I will also do the same, or you can go even put with this here. You can even put some green. This is just one, I don't remember which one, is one of the camo greens, the light camo greens used for. So this is too much, but it's not a problem, because now I will take dark flesh and help me. What I will do now on this guy, just start maybe highlighting the skin a little bit. So I will need to put some more to first moisture a little bit more the paint because it's too dry. So I need to start changing the paper on my wet palette. I've been using recently as well the scale 75 colors, okay, these ones, and they are quite good. So sorry, I was so focused on the painting I didn't follow the chat. Looks like you're just about to pop. Too disgusting. Ah, yeah, yeah, this. Yeah, you want them to look like that, right? On these guys. This is the objective, to be disgusting. They are disgustingly resilient, no, these guys. So how I achieved this base color that you see on the skin was skin color, and then I apply a wash of this one, of Canothian camo shade. Okay, so then this was creating this interesting base to start working on. Now I want to go pinker. Okay, I want to highlight it a little bit because I want them to look a little bit more pinkish than that. Okay, so I will start highlighting them, or him, because the other ones are already highlighted. Okay, I have to be careful that you don't go too light. So this is why I'm using the Indian shade skin tone. This will help me to make my colors, my highlight darker. Reddish, but darker. Or pinkish, I have to say. Okay. Here is up to everybody how much time you want to spend on this type of skins, right? So if you just look for a tabletop, maybe this highlight I'm doing now is not needed. because it's quite time consuming, as there are only 3 of these guys, and this mainly a kill team. I like to spend a little bit more time per guy. But this is up to the saying. It's up to everybody how much time you want to spend per miniature. I try to have a good compromise, so I keep just finishing projects. Okay, as this is not for a contest, I want a nice finishing, but I'm not looking for, yeah, I don't know, a crystal brush or a demo or something like that. I'm just looking for something that will look gross, in that case, gross on the tabletop. Okay. The new orc commandos. Yeah, they are great news. But then I did not go for the box. Yeah, okay. So then I will need to leave. If this is your favorite miniatures ever, let's see. I hope they release this type of commandos later on out of the box. But let's see. Curious to see what they will do if I kill team. All the expansions will be campaign box or not. So, but then, yeah, I agree that the new, I think, in workshop keeps improving, right? Every year in every launch almost. Of course, they have done mistakes, but I think the commandos are very characterful. So each time I don't have them, but I have seen them several times on videos and on the internet, the pictures, and they have a lot of character. All these orcs. I think in workshop is very good on that, on the design. If you like, right? Because it's a style. It all depends on what is the taste of everyone. But I think these commandos have been really success because of the design, and they even, I think, have been more successful than the Quick. Quick, sorry, not Quick. Quick. Quick is a beer. Want to do the nipple? I don't want completely eliminate the green shade that I have. So this is why here I don't want to go fully to the underbelly and I'm finishing here. And I'm just thinking here I need a little bit of more pink. We'll just do this type of, and then I want to apply, you want to apply all well purples or reds or pinks around the scars and so on, right? The different craziness that we have on these miniatures. So I will apply a little bit here at the base of this, at the opening of this belly, around this sewing here. And you can see that the contrast paint have been super transparent, right? It's a little bit annoying that this Magus purple, it's so transparent. But on the other side, Let me do another thing. This Magus purple, what is here is too dark. It's what I use to do all this pinkish around the scars there and so on. Mistakes very rarely seems to be more involved with the models, more customer relations. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I think that for me, yeah, some designs can look weird, right? Can be more than mistakes. Can be that some are better, some designs are quite extreme, and some people maybe don't like it. Uh, but I think that they are on the other side. They are going, especially on Age of Sigmar. I like that they are doing a new look for the fantasy uh, miniatures. For they are creating their own mythology and creators, and I think this is good. Also, they need it if they want to have a strong IP, so they need to invent their own monsters and their own units that are not the traditional elves, dwarves, and so on. Here, this miniature, for example, the the sculpt of the crest is not super sharp. It's because of the molding direction of this part. It's really technical. If you want to do this crest sharp, you have to mold the crest separate from the head. If not, the molding direction is back and front, so meaning that the lines to do the hair cannot be super sharp because there's not there undercuts in the mold. So you need to work a little bit the paint job to make them sharper, to make them more visible. Okay, but I really wanted to go for this crazy crest here. Maybe he was close to the brooming or to the cleaning staff, and he was mutated with the brooming, with the right with the no this wine or the cleaning stuff and some mechanical parts. Then on the top, what I will do, instead of making lines as they have put, I will do dots. Because yeah, this is what you will mainly see on the top, right? Some dots. Yeah, and I touch by mistake this grass at the bottom. Okay, like that. Yeah, Tau. Let's see what they do with Tau. I would like to see as well some renewal on the Astro Militarum, on the Imperial Guard. think the kit of the lemongrass is quite old. No, you remember that we put mood green. I will use this. This is a lima green that is not from Games Workshop. I'm using is this lima green what I'm using. It's from Miniature Paints. But I like a lot to make this. Now what I'm trying to do is see if I can put allowing part allowing hide there. We use a little bit of mood green. Like that, like that. Now we have Elder also needs some update. It's crazy that we're still using miniatures from early thousands or even 90s, right? Some of the aspect warriors are really units are really old. And the good thing is that they still look good. I think they are the design of these miniatures were exceptionally good because to survive so long and not looking too outdated. Well, no, they look outdated, but for a lot of years they were not looking that outdated. So it's the opposite, for example, for me from the Dark Elder. That Elder well, they were they were needing a renewal earlier because the design was not that great. And I think they did very good job on the witches later on. And if you look the metal witches, woof, woof, woof. They were anything but elegant or okay. Just want to finish this guy. I think now it's looking good. I will not. Yeah, I put even some green on the on the. I think if I want to put blood, but I will not put blood, and I think I will keep all the metal parts dull as it is. And I like a lot how the eyes are glowing, and they glow even more in camera. I think. Yeah, yeah. This, but now it's time for plastic aspect warriors. I think. Let's put some pinkish blood flesh on the tongue. I like that he has this type of organic tongue on a super metallic head. Yeah, they like in a way they are the Necron Nargle with a punky quest. So I think I will leave this as it is. I don't think it needs much more. Okay, so I will give it by done. So I will do later on the rim of the base. When I do the rim of the base, the miniature is done. And this one, I need to put a little bit more white on this. Here it's too orange. I will put a little bit more of agricultural shade in this part. Thank you. Thank you. So here I want to put some more. Yeah. I want to do a little bit this metal. Let's go back to what I was doing because I just this is something that sorry I do it from time to time. Just wanted to finish the other one and now I come here back to the skin of this guy. Okay, again, here I want to you want when you want to do skin in an organic way, you really want to make the transitions soft normally, and you want to have different colors on the skin to have different tonalities depending on the zone, on the area. You want to put these purplish colors there and here and there. You want to play a little bit with the color palette because at the end the skin of any person, especially if it's like this guy that is completely corrupted by Nurgle, you cannot expect that the skin will not have changes of tonality or so on, right? Depending on the scar, if it's sore, if it's bleeding, it depends a lot on. But this guy the skin will be completely tortured, right? So let's put here have some screamer pink as well. This purple there is a little bit too purple. I will put some screamer pink on my palette. It's running out of it. Sorry, I put my arm in the middle. So don't be scared when you do skin. Norgal is a very good miniatures to experiment with the skin tones, right? Because if you make a mistake at the end, it's a Norgal miniature. So it can be any type of sickness or thing that he has and makes the skin to look corrupted. So don't be scared. Nargile is a good excuse and it's a good way to practice to play with the skin tones and to practice the skin tones at the end. And kills in general, you can also, but I think Nargile is the one that it's more into that. So this is why I also like to paint Nargile for that because I can experiment a lot. And the guy, yeah, the skin tone of this guy of all these guys is really a little bit of experimenting when I was painting this warband. Yeah, you can see there. Let me go a little bit here at the top of this guy. We want to make the upper parts a little bit lighter. Okay, and then you can see I have the darker tone, so I can really come very fast, start applying and make it darker if needed, very very easily. Okay. So here, now we are going to apply a little bit of here the backbones are visible, so we are going to make like that. And if it's too much, I just take the darker color and glaze very little on top. Okay, so you want to also you have to be careful sometimes because when it's dry, they can change a little bit the tonality or the intensity. So this is scale 75 paints. The only thing that is sometimes it's a little bit difficult to paint with them is because they are very matte, more matte than Games Workshop. Okay, so they're really matte paints, and if you're not used to it, it looks weird at the beginning. It forces you to work a little bit more with the highlights to make them a little bit more extreme because they are more matte, so you don't have the natural glossiness of the paint or so the other option is to use a little bit of satinated varnish once you have paint the skin if you see that is too matte. We have these three typical pustles of Narga, so we put this pinkish color around, and later on we will pop up the pustles with a yellowish color. You can use this purple or you can use red. There's several ways to do it. Sometimes I use, if I it's a big monster, I will use contrast. But if it's a dark skin, as I said, the contrast does not work that much, so you have to use layer of base paints. Here I wanted to keep the dark. And I think for the foot, I will just put a little bit of pink because it looks too brown compared to the rest of the skin. Okay, and let's put this one. Okay. I think it's good enough. No. Yeah, normally I paint them before painting the miniature. It's the first part I do. There are, you can see that the only thing that I do at the end is the rim. But normally you can see as well this guy. Okay. So what I do first is the bases. Because if I want to do some techniques that are quite dirty, I can go very free to do that and paint them without any concern of damaging the paint job of the miniature. The other option is to paint the base at the end, but separate it from the miniature, right? But then you have to take the miniature have to be in a different base. You have to hold it in a different way. I like to glue normally the miniatures to the base and start doing the base first, and then these miniatures. Then I go for I try to lock the main colors. So here I will need to do the skin and so on. And at the end, yeah, okay, and then I try to work, I don't know, depending on the part that I try to work from the most difficult access parts to the less, to the more access. So the ones that are more difficult access to the ones that are the more accessible ones, okay? But I always start with the base because if I dirten the base, yeah, then it's easy to repair, right? The base does not have too many uh, details or things, right? But if you do it in the miniature, if you have done invest a lot of job on doing the skin, then by any mistake you dirt on the legs of the miniature or something like that, you will be upset, right? So I prefer to start with the base. And if you like to paint with the miniature on the final base, I highly recommend that you do the base first. On top, I'm very lazy in doing bases. So if I do I'm more motivated at the beginning than at the end of the paint job, right? So when you are more motivated, it's the moment to do the things that are more that you have less passion. And the bases, to be fair, I don't have too much passion for bases. So this is the reasons why I do the base first. As well, if I want to put sun or something like that, do it at the beginning, because these are quite messy techniques or, or actions that you have to do. So do the messiness before doing the other parts. Now we need to do this rope. Agarose dunes is your paint to do this type of ropes. If you want to do the traditional yellowish rope, agarose dunes is your way to do. If you don't have agarose dunes, there is then two ways. One is to use a yellow like this one, like Zamezi Desert, and then Seraphim Sepia. And another option, if you want more whitish rope, a one color and then Seraphim Sepia. But you can see Agarose Dunes, one go, and you have the rope done. I don't have to do anything else on this rope. It's good enough for tabletop. The thing I will do now is I will do a second layer of this not voluptuous pink of Magus purple. This Magus purple is not very intense. You can see I applied one layer on these tentacles. It's almost like a wash. I don't know if because maybe I'm not checking it enough. No, the second one will look better, but it needs some patience to have the result you want. Maybe I will do even a third layer. Okay. And I'm a little bit tired. If you don't mind, I think I will finalize here my painting today. It's time for me to go to bed. So yeah, I don't know if you have any other question that you would like me to answer before going to bed, closing this live show. Please leave it know in the comments, then I can answer them. Just we'll do one little thing first. So these two ways, I will now put some blood on the source of this guy. So I'm going to use blood for the blood god. I'm diluting a lot here. I remove some of the load of my brush and I will apply it on these ones. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be visible on camera. On the source. You can apply it more, depending how much red you want to go, how much yellow you want to make visible. Okay, you can put maybe more at the bottom. I want to put this and this one on the bone as well. I will do the same. Okay. Because the bone will be bloody as well. Then I will put a little bit around. And this will look like fresh a wound that is already Okay, and then just another thing, another way to use rearrest normally. Yeah, just I know that I say I will close, but I want to show a couple of things. Rearrest, what I do is, oh, I will not use, of course, the artificial brush. This was a mistake. Oh, no, sorry, this was the old one. So this was the one that I already damaged a while ago. So this is a brush that have been with me for years. So I dilute a lot the rearrest and I apply it very diluted. Okay. I think it's better to do that than applying it as it comes. So I put a lot of, I like to apply it quite thin, as you can see. More should be more. I don't know why they have done the rust like a dry. It should be more like a wash. So at the end, the rust will go mainly on you have where you have slots or where you have the parts that the humidity can accommodate a little bit more. Okay, so here I will do like that. I can go a little bit crazy in some parts, but I will later on. Don't worry because it will not look like that because then you do a wash of air shade, everything will tight up. Then you will have this orange look on some parts. Okay, and that's all. No, this is the only thing I wanted to share with you before closing this live show. I think this is how I use Razor Rust. You can use also a normal orange. I was using the other day. I think was the not the Fire Dragon Bright, the other one, the Torch Layer. And I think like that. Put it in random places, especially where you have crevices, where you have normally will accumulate in the part where you have crevices or you have um, nails or rivets or something like that, right? So that's all. So, and then I need to wait that this dries and I will apply Agric Air Shade. And after applying Agric Air Shade, you will have this type of rust, okay? So this is before and after Agric Air Shade. So that's all for today. Let me put the camera to say goodbye. But yeah, it's 1:30 here, so a little bit late. Good time to go to bed. So just give me a moment. Put my camera and say goodbye. No, it's not this one. It is this one. Okay, so that's all for today. You can see I have the webcam here was in that position. What is this light? Have the lights of the and yeah, and thanks a lot for joining. I hope you have enjoyed. Please give a like if you have liked the video. And yeah, and I wanted, I think I will do another one on Saturday. So I think I will, because the computer is not working very well when I try to do uh, live Warhammer Underworld. So I think I will keep doing the painting shows that I'm enjoying a lot as well. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Good night or, yeah, or goodbye to everybody, and see you again later. Bye.